Hello, hi, namaskara. My name is Kirtan and I am a second year medical student studying in the government medical college. Welcome to my channel Physiology at Once. Today I will be starting a new system, that is gastrointestinal system. And today's video is the introduction to this gastrointestinal system. So in this video we will talk about the gastrointestinal system, the functions of the GIT, the structure of the wall of the GIT, the innervation of the GI tract, and the enteric nervous system, which is the most asked question. So before starting this video, if you haven't subscribed my video, please subscribe because it's free, and also you can support my mission of making physiology easy, simple and understandable. So let's start. What is gastrointestinal system? It is the system of the body which deals with the digestion and absorption of the food in our body. So it consists mainly of the GIT or gastrointestinal tract plus the associated glandular structures. So the GIT or gastrointestinal tract means nothing but the tract through which the food goes through the mouth and is excreted to the anal canal. So what are the parts? They are the mouth, pharynx, esophagus where peristalsis takes place, stomach where mixing of food takes place and formation of chyme, small intestine where the maximum absorption takes place, the colon where the water is reabsorbed, the rectum where the waste material is stored, and the anus which is the ending channel of the food canal, and the waste material is excreted through this canal. Under the associated glandular structures, they contain salivary glands, liver, exocrine pancreas, intestinal glands. These glands secrete various secretions which help in the digestion and absorption. So now let's talk about the functions of the GIT. So the first function is digestion and absorption of food. This is the obvious one. The second function is the excretion of waste materials. So the toxic materials and the unwanted food material is excreted through the anal canal. The third one is immunity. Since the gastrointestinal tract is prone to many diseases or infection because of the mouth and anal canal, the gastrointestinal tract needs to have immune system. So it has something called as gut-associated lymphoid tissues in some regions of the gastrointestinal tract. This again contains the Pear patches which helps in the immunity. The next function of the GIT is fluid and electrolyte balance. As you know that we intake almost 1 kg of food every day and 1 liter of water. Except the 1 liter of water which we intake, 7 liters of water is secreted from the intestine. So to metabolize and absorb this, it contains a lot of energy for this, and it maintains fluid and electrolyte balance. So when the fluid and electrolyte balance of the GIT fails, it can cause diarrhea and constipation. So the next function is intestinal bacterial flora. Many non-pathogenic bacteria inhabits the small intestine. So this bacterial flora helps in permeability of the electrolytes, absorption, greater absorption of the food materials, and many more such things. So the decrease in bacterial flora may lead to many causes and consequences like diarrhea again. So now let's talk about the structure of the wall of the GI tract. So the structure of the wall actually contains 4 layers. So they are mucosa, submucosa, muscle layer and serosa from the interior to exterior respectively. So let's talk about these structures one by one. So first one is mucosa. It is the innermost layer of the GI tract. It also divides into epithelium, lamina propria and muscularis mucosa. The epithelium contains stratified squamous epithelium and it has tight junctions in it. The next one is the lamina propria. It contains collagen fibers and is quite elastic and connects the epithelium and muscularis mucosa. The next one is muscularis mucosa. It contains outer longitudinal layer of muscle fibers and inner circular layer of muscle fibers. This mainly helps in motility and hence in the digestion and absorption process. The next layer of the GI tract is submucosa. It consists mainly of the loose connective tissue and is highly vascular. It also contains nerve plexus called as submucosal plexus or the plexus of Meissner. It is a part of the enteric nervous system which I will be talking now. It also contains lymphatic tissue in some regions which helps in the immunity of the GI tract. The next layer of the GIT is the muscular layer. It contains of the two layer of smooth muscles, that is inner circular layer and outer longitudinal layer. It is same as the muscularis mucosa. It contains mesenteric plexus or plexus of Auerbach, which is also the part of enteric nervous system. It primarily helps in controlling the motility of the GI tract. So the last and the exterior most part of the GIT is the serosa. It contains mainly of a thin layer of connective tissue covered with a layer of squamous mesothelial cells. This layer actually helps in the protection of the GIT. Now let's talk about the innervation of the GI tract. GIT is mainly innervated by sympathetic and parasympathetic fibers. It also has its own neural circuits, that is the enteric nervous system, which is very important and can be asked in the board examination. Let's talk about the sympathetic innervation now. It is generally inhibitory and it is mediated via noradrenergic fibers. So since it's inhibitory, it results in inhibition of the motor activity, resulting in the relaxation of GI smooth muscles and in the stimulation or contraction of sphincters and the inhibition of GI secretions. So it basically halts the digestion process. The next innervation is parasympathetic innervation. It is the opposite of the sympathetic innervation and hence it's generally excitatory. It is mediated via vagus nerve and hence results in increased motility and exocrine secretions of the GI tract is also increased. Now let's talk about the GI tract's own nervous system, that is the enteric nervous system. So it is the intrinsic nervous system of the GI tract. It includes mesenteric and submucosal nerve plexuses as I talked now. It is capable of coordinating GI activity in the absence of the external innervation also. So this is the CNS. It has sympathetic and parasympathetic system. It can regulate the mesenteric and submucosal plexus, but it is not that the mesenteric and submucosal plexus is dependent on this. They are independent but can be regulated by these systems. Then they again control the smooth muscle, secretory cells and the epithelial cells. So therefore it also interacts with the ANS and is called as the third division of ANS because of its independent property. It consists of almost 100 million neurons, which is almost the same as neurons present in the entire ANS. Since they have the sensory neurons, the interneurons and the motor neurons, which is the efferent interneurons and the efferent neurons, they are also called as mini brain of the ENS. The afferent neurons senses the changes in the noumenal activity like distension, alteration in osmolality, change in pH, etc. This conducts the circuit to the interneurons, which again conducts it to the efferent neurons, which changes the effector tissues like smooth muscles, glandular cells, epithelial and vascular cells. So hence it's an independent system. So this enteric nervous system mediates via hormones like acetylcholine, nitric oxide and many more such hormones. So that's it for today guys. If you found this video helpful, please like, share and comment, and also don't forget to subscribe. I will upload more videos of the gastrointestinal system in the upcoming days. So please subscribe. Thank you.